I have just arrived in Da Nang, Vietnam, currently one of the most hyped cities in Southeast Asia and often also called the Miami of Vietnam. I have been hearing so much about this place. Beautiful beaches, a modern skyline, affordable cost of living, and apparently everyone wants to move here. So in this video I want to explore Da Nang for myself and see what this place actually feels like. At the end of this video I want to know if this is a place I could actually also see myself living in. But sometimes cities look amazing online and feel completely different in real life. The beach is very crowded. You can see that not everywhere in the city it looks very well maintained and clean. That actually does remind me a lot of Miami. So does Da Nang deserve all the hype, and could I imagine moving here? Join me and let's find out. Okay, and here we are at the airport in Da Nang, and yeah, the first mission is now to find out how we can get from here into the city. So I need to find out if there's an airport taxi available here. My guess would be yes, but let's have a look. So I see some guys already with a sign there, and I think there's a Grab pickup point as well. So yeah, I can use the Grab app as well, which is like the Uber in Southeast Asia. But usually these Grab taxis, they take a lot of time to arrive at the airport because they're usually not allowed to park at the airport. Sometimes airport taxis are the faster option. However, I don't see an airport taxi stand here. Also, I don't know what's more expensive here. Like in some countries, airport taxis are more expensive than ride-sharing apps. In some countries, they are also cheaper though. And I do see taxis here. Hello. Xin chào.
Okay,
where can I find a taxi?
How many people, sir?
Just one.
Where are you going now?
To the Hilton Hotel at the beach.
Follow me.
But taxi, how much? Or meter?
Yes, sir. We have meter.
No fixed price?
We have the official taxi. We are only by
Official
meter. Yes,
by meter, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see how much the meter taxi is. You driving? Hello, xin chào. I want to go to Hilton Garden Inn. Hilton Garden Inn, okay. You drive with meter? Yeah? Okay.
Meter and ticket, same 200.
Same 200?
Yeah.
What does it mean? I thought you meter, so no fixed price.
Yes, meter and ticket airport.
Airport ticket.
Yeah.
So total price?
Same 200.
But you say 200.
Yeah,
but that's a fixed price, not a meter price then.
Yeah, meter.
Meter.
Yeah, meter and ticket. Same
I'm confused now. He's quoting a fixed price, but if it's a meter, how can he know the price already?
Ticket airport.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that's what I meant. Like airport taxi, usually no waiting time. So let me actually check how much a Grab ride would be, and then I can let you know. Maybe I'm making a mistake now, so you can learn from my mistake then, if I end up paying more. Okay, so the price on Grab is 120,000 dong, which is roughly about $5 US, I think. So let's see if the airport taxi ends up being more than that. Are we driving, the bridge with the dragon?
Okay.
Are we taking that bridge? Yeah? Okay, I would like to see that, yeah. Yeah, there's a very famous bridge here in the city with a big dragon, and I think that bridge is actually along the way to the hotel. Just wanted to confirm that, so we can see that bridge already. And yeah, there will be two parts in this video. The first part will be, I'm showing you my arrival process, how I'm getting to my hotel, and then the second part of the video will be getting first impressions of the city and finding out how livable this place actually is. And yeah, this city is currently a lot over social media. Many people are filming videos here, many people calling this place a very livable city, but I also found some mixed opinions about this city. I want to read you some comments, some positive and some negative ones as well. So first of all, a comment I found: Da Nang is honestly the best city in Vietnam right now. You get the beach, the mountains, modern apartments, and it's still affordable. I moved here last year and I'm never leaving. Or another person said, if you're looking for a place with Miami vibes but Southeast Asian prices, Da Nang is it. Super clean, chill lifestyle, great food, and not too crazy like Saigon. So some people really seem to like the city, but I also found some people who don't really agree with these opinions. For example, I don't get the hype around Da Nang. It is nice for a few days, but after that it feels kind of empty and a bit soulless. Or another one, people keep calling it the Miami of Vietnam, but honestly it's just a beach city with hotels and expats. If you want real Vietnam, this is not it. So yeah, I'm curious to make my own opinions, my own impressions. I will of course give you my final thought at the end of the video. So let's see what this city is really like. Excuse me, are you from Da Nang? Yeah? Do you like the city? Is it a good city to live?
Sorry, don't speak English.
No problem. Let me translate. I heard Da Nang is a very popular city right now. Many people want to move here. Is it a nice place to live?
Tôi nghe nói thành phố này hiện đang rất nổi tiếng.
Yeah? So you like living here?
Yeah.
Good place? Okay. Okay, that's always a good first impression when the taxi driver likes this place as well. What is the best thing about this city?
Bãi biển đẹp, chi phí rẻ.
Beautiful beach and affordable. Ah, okay. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. As exactly what I heard about this place. And yeah, the hotel that I booked here, which I'm very excited about, is actually right at the beach. I booked a room with a sea view as well. So I'm very curious to see that in a few minutes. So this is the meter, right? So 31.
Yeah.
It's a bit over $1. So let's see what's the final price at the end. It's like a 15 to 20 minutes ride actually only. So the airport is actually quite near the city. But yeah, first impressions here, similar to Saigon, which I showed you in the previous video. A lot of scooters around here. So also in this city in Vietnam, the scooters or the motorbikes seem to be the #1 form of transportation. And I also have to say the city makes a clean impression so far. Very clean, also kind of modern. So the very first impressions based on what I can see from the taxi are quite good actually. So I'm curious to explore the city more later. And also here we have small little parks. I noticed that a lot in Saigon already, that the city was full of little parks, and seems like that's maybe also the case here. And here we have the Dragon Bridge. Yeah, you can see, where's the head of the dragon? Here. So you can see the dragon. Yeah, basically the how to say that in English? The bridge looks like a dragon, and I heard that in the evenings the dragon also spits fire. So they have like a show here. I think it's only on the weekends though, in the evenings, where this dragon head here is spitting fire. So that is actually quite cool then. Look at that. Wow. Yeah, one of the most famous places here in the city. And what I can also really say so far, look at that. So we have one side of the city here, then we have a river, and then the other side of the city there, and then behind here is the beach. And I have to say that actually does remind me a lot of Miami. In case you don't know, I filmed a video in Miami about half a year ago, so I can actually compare my impressions that I had in Miami with the impressions I'm getting here. And yeah, many people call this city the Miami of Vietnam, Miami of Southeast Asia. And yeah, based on my very first impressions here, it actually does look very similar. So I'm also especially curious now to check out the beach, which is one of the most famous things about Miami in the US. And what I notice here as well is a lot of Vietnamese flags. You see that, all the red flags here? And I saw that already a lot in Saigon. So they seem to be really proud of their country here. I see flags hanging everywhere. And that was already like this, yeah, when I was in Saigon. Alright, and we have arrived at my hotel, and yeah, that was easy, like 16, 17 minutes now. So let's see what's the final price. Okay, how much? So 139, and then you said plus 50. How much in total?
Yeah, 50.
What's that?
Yeah.
You give me money?
Yeah.
You give me money? I'm confused now. So the meter says 139, and you said the ticket is 50, right? So then it should be like 189, right? Where's he going? I'm a bit confused now. So 200?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay, very good. Yes, okay, thank you very much. Alright, so I ended up paying a bit more than the price on Grab. But yeah, there was no waiting time now. But yeah, if you're not really in a rush and you want to save a few dollars, then you can also, of course, take the Grab app. But that was actually quite a convenient ride. And yeah, now I'm at my hotel. I'm staying at the Hilton Garden Inn Hotel. The beach is literally just over there. So let me handle the check-in. Then I will show you my room quickly, and then we'll explore the beach and the city and see how nice the city actually is. But first, let me check in here. Okay, and I have checked into my room, and first of all, have a look at this amazing view here. I have a room overlooking the whole beach area here, and yeah, it actually looks so much like Miami here, like the skyline, the beach, the road here in front of us. Yeah, I'm really getting Miami vibes here a lot so far. And yeah, I got comfortable in the room already. I checked the bed already, super comfortable, and yeah, the room is quite nice. And yeah, the highlight of this room is definitely the balcony here with the view over the ocean. And now take a guess how much I am paying here for this room. Keep in mind, this is a Hilton hotel, so it's a Western brand, not a local brand. But yeah, what do you think how much this room cost me per night? I can tell you, if I would be in actual Miami now, this hotel room would probably be $600, $700 or $800 per night. And the price I'm paying here is about $140 US, which, and I know some of you will comment that now, is a lot for a hotel room in Vietnam. But yeah, I like to stay in Hilton or Marriott hotels because I can earn points for the money I spend here and I have membership status. You can definitely also find beach hotels here for cheaper than that even. So I think over there are also some Vietnamese branded hotels, which are probably like, I would guess like 30-40%, maybe even cheaper than this room. But nevertheless, I think $140 per night for a room with this view, including breakfast. They also have an amazing rooftop pool here, a restaurant in the hotel. So I think that is great value and that is what you can get here for your money. But yeah, of course, if you want to move here, then you wouldn't live in a hotel. So actually later in the video, I will also have a look at some actual apartment rental prices. So if you're interested in that, then yeah, stick around for later in the video. But yeah, now let's explore the city and see what Da Nang is actually really like. And yeah, in case you are not familiar with my background, my story, so I have been living in Southeast Asia for over 6 years already now. I spent a lot of time in the Philippines, in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, in Thailand, and now I am based for the past 2 years in Jakarta, Indonesia. So I tried living in several places. Oh, I'm having a red light now. Let me just quickly run over. When I started, it was still green. So I have been living in many different places in Southeast Asia. I never tried living in Vietnam though. So when I heard about this place and that it's so popular now for so many people moving here, I thought, I'm curious to have a look at this place at least first. And yeah, sometimes that's my impression, like places look very nice on the surface and you spend some time there and it seems to be very nice, but sometimes if you go beyond the surface, then the places feel, how should I say that in English? A bit empty. Maybe soulless is the right word. So many places, they make a good first impressions, but then you're missing like something, you know what I mean? It's hard to describe for me. So that's why I'm still curious to have a look at different places and see which one is actually the most livable place, a place that I could imagine spending the rest of my life at. So I'm very curious to see what my impressions will be here in Da Nang. But yeah, now I would like to get some lunch. I just left my hotel, so we are still around the beach area here. And I want to see what type of food I can get around here. I'm looking for something Vietnamese, maybe also a Vietnamese coffee. That would be great actually. So let's see what we can find around here. Okay, what I noticed, yeah, a lot of street vendors here selling like tourist souvenirs. So yeah, you can still feel this is a touristic area, at least this part of the town close to the beach. But I also see some food options here and there. So we have little houses here. Maybe this one looks interesting. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's this typical Vietnamese baguette, banh mi. Yeah, these little baguettes here, they look actually very good. And I think this is pork. Is this pork? Yes. Yeah. What type of banh mi do you have? We have a menu here. Let's have a look. Yeah, even in English here, so I can understand it as a foreigner. So we have the regular one with pork, special one with pork, super meat, fish cake, chicken. I think I'm gonna take the pork one because it seems to be the number one here, the most popular one. Can I get with pork?
Yes.
And do you also do fried egg?
1 egg.
Yeah, you can add egg. So pork and egg. Yeah, okay. And no spicy, please. No spicy. Okay. All right. And then I think you can actually sit here. Let's have a look inside. Oh, what's going on here? Like a hammock party. Look at that. Everyone chilling on the hammocks here, playing on their phones. Do you have coffee as well? Vietnamese coffee with milk?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. One.
Ice.
With ice, yeah. Okay. Oh, we have a little dog here as well. Hello, hello. Are you the dog of the place? He seems to be very excited. Look at that. Hello. I'm wondering what's going on here. That looks actually quite funny. You speak English? No? Why everyone sleeping here? You're just chilling, relaxing? Okay, looks very good. Okay, let's see. So she's preparing the fried egg right over here. So a freshly cooked egg. And then, yeah, I guess that these breads are going to be fresh as well. And she's already preparing the bread for me. So she adds the pork, some greens, some sauce as well. Is this onions? Onions, okay. So I would assume that these breads are freshly made every morning. I can probably taste it once I bite into it, but they look quite good. And then yeah, she added the fried egg on top, some toppings as well. And then she's heating it up a bit in the oven over there. How much?
53.
53, okay. So yeah, 53,000, which is, I think, about $2 for a decent sized baguette and a coffee. Hello. I think you also ordered a coffee. But yeah, one problem for me, I'm quite tall, so I actually can't stand super straight here. Many of the stalls here in Vietnam, also in Southeast Asia in general, are too small for my height, so I have to duck down a bit. Okay, thank you very much. I will sit here, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Alright, let's sit down here. So these chairs in Vietnam are usually quite small. Everything is a bit smaller in Vietnam. As a tall person, 1.90 m, or for my American viewers, 6'2", I think, or 6'3". It's always a bit more complicated, but no problem overall. That's funny. Okay, thank you. Alright, you have the baguette here. I think he's delivering my coffee. Ah, okay. Ah, what is this? Looks like a whiskey. Whiskey? I can't imagine that they're serving me whiskey on ice here, but it looks like that. I think it's maybe a type of tea. Let me try that first. Ah, yeah, it's like a flavored tea. Interesting. So I think you just get it maybe when you order the food. I don't know. Vietnamese tea. And yeah, let me start with trying the coffee actually. So Vietnamese coffee, of course, very, very popular. And this one is the one with milk. Let's try that. Usually Vietnamese coffee is very strong. Oh yeah, it tastes very distinguishable and also very sweet. I think they add a lot of this thick condensed milk and sugar, but I like it actually. But yeah, now the main question is, how does the baguette taste? And could I imagine eating this maybe every day as a morning routine or every day for lunch? Because it looks fantastic. It smells really good as well. Oh, it smells very amazing actually. And yeah, with the fresh cooked egg on there, some greens, some vegetables, then the big pieces of pork meat. Let's give it a try. Okay, first impression, the baguette, the bread is definitely fresh. It's very crunchy, fluffy, light. This is an amazing meal, I think, and I think great value for the money. Yep, fresh. Yeah, that was very delicious. Thank you so much. Okay, have a good day. Alright, so here's the thing though. So if I would live here, I would not eat street food like this every single day. Even though it was delicious, but to be honest, I'm actually not eating street food that often anymore, to be honest. I used to eat it way more when I was younger, when I was more of a budget traveler here in Southeast Asia. But nowadays, I actually don't eat street food that often anymore. So I know if I would live here, I would definitely, even though it was really good now, I wouldn't eat it every day. So that's why later in this video, I also want to find out how much does it cost to eat in a proper restaurant, and also how much does it cost to eat maybe Western food. Because even though Vietnamese food is very good, I also know if I would live here, I wouldn't eat Vietnamese food every single day. So we're going to find that out later in the video. But yeah, my impression so far here in Vietnam is if you're going with local food and if you're going with street food, or like little stalls like we've just been to, then you can definitely find meals between $1 and $2, which is of course extremely affordable, especially if you compare the prices to prices that we pay in the West. And then I would say if you're going for Vietnamese food in proper restaurants, you're looking at maybe around $5 to $10 even maybe, but that would be already like big portions and drinks included as well. But yeah, we're gonna have a look at a proper restaurant like I said later as well. Okay, if you have a look at that, you can see that not everywhere in the city it looks very well maintained and cleaned. Although to be honest, I think this is a construction site here. So yeah, this building is definitely being built at the moment. So I also noticed that around the city that yeah, you can see a lot of construction going on here and there. So they are still like building a lot in the city, probably due to its current hype. But yeah, sites like this, many YouTubers are not showing these sides of a city, only showing you the good sides. But yeah, some streets, this is not the first street that I noticed that looks like this. Some streets also look like this, unfortunately. Although I also think that's kind of normal in a city that still develops, still is being built up. Of course, you have some areas, especially around construction sites, that are looking like that. But the main areas, at least that's my impression so far, yeah, I think you saw that already before in the video, are looking well maintained and cleaned. And yeah, I'm actually trying to find a motorbike rental shop now. I think it would be really cool to have my own motorbike and then yeah, cruise around, explore the city. And I found a motorbike rental shop somewhere around here on Google Maps. So, where is it? Maybe let me check the maps again. Okay, I see plenty of motorbikes being parked here. And according to Google Maps, this is a rental shop. Let's have a look if someone is here. Actually, I don't have the impression that this is a shop. Can I trust Google Maps here or not? Plenty of bikes here, but I don't have the impression that they are being rented here. Let's see if I can ask someone. Oh, look at that. We have, I think this is Korean writing here. What is this? This is a spa. No. Okay, maybe you can't trust Google Maps 100% here. Okay, I need a plan B now. Okay, there's another motorbike rental shop down the road here, in case this one really exists. Andy Motorbike Rental Da Nang. Okay, let's see if Andy is actually there and has some bikes for me. Okay, this looks better. Looks like a shop that is actually operating. Hello, can I get a motorbike here? Motorbike rental? Sold out. Oh no. What about this?
Don't have the license.
I don't have the license. Ah, okay. What about tomorrow you have available maybe?
Maybe.
So I need to come and check it tomorrow?
Yeah.
What time you open?
8 a.m.
8 a.m?
Yeah.
Okay, I come back. Thank you. Alright, looks I'm not lucky today. Already sold out. I will have a look once more if there's another shop nearby. And if not, then I think at least today I can't get a motorbike anymore. Okay, there's one more shop in walking distance, but that one is already closed. Surprises me. It's closed all day today actually. Okay, they have their day off. Okay, then I think we're gonna continue this mission tomorrow then. But I definitely want to check out the beach today. So I think we can actually walk to the main beach area from here. So let's check out the beach here in Da Nang, which is one of the main selling points of the city. I'm very curious to have a look at that. Okay, I changed my mind. I'm actually going to take a motorbike taxi now. It's only like a 5-minute ride, but the price is literally like $50. That is incredible actually. And keep in mind the driver is still making profit of that. So I'm gonna wait for my guy now. He's here in a minute and then we have a ride over to the beach. Xin chào. Are you my driver? Ken, right, yes. Okay. Alright, the helmet. Xin chào. Ah no, thank you is Cảm ơn. Cảm ơn.
Thank you.
I want to go to the beach. The beach, the main area.
Go to the beach?
Yeah, over there. Okay. Alright, here we go.
Let's go.
How many minutes? 5 minutes? 3 minutes only. Oh, very fast. Very nearby actually.
It's nearly.
Okay. Alright, so here we are. Not my own bike yet, but motorbike taxi, also very popular here in Vietnam. And yeah, have a look at the skyline here. It really reminds me a lot of Miami in the USA. Like, you know, the main road, I forgot the name. The main road in Miami Beach. What was the name? The Ocean Drive Miami Beach. Looks very similar to this. If you haven't seen my Miami video, feel free to check it out to compare. Are you from Da Nang?
The North Vietnam.
Ah, from another part of Vietnam.
Yeah.
Okay.
I study here on college here.
You study here?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're driving Grab to earn some extra money? I can actually imagine if I would be a student here, I would like to be a Grab driver part-time next to my studies as well. If we would have this in Germany, that's what I would have done back in the days when I was a student. And I can see the beach already here. Yeah, it's a huge beach area actually. Maybe we can get some drinks on the beach, see what's going on there. Some tourists on the street. I have a question. Where are most tourists coming from here?
Oh, sorry, my English is a little bit.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah.
I'm curious to find out where are most of the tourists here from. I think I see many like Russians here, but also many could be Indian people. And yeah, here are plenty of hotels, like what I told you earlier. If you don't want to stay in a Western branded hotel, you also have some local branded hotels here, which are definitely cheaper than what I'm paying in the Hilton Hotel. Yeah, and also here you can see there's some trash lying around by the side of the road. So not everywhere is really well maintained and clean. So that is also the reality of the city, to be honest. And yeah, here we have a lot of communist flags as well. Vietnam flags as well as the communist flag. Because yeah, this is a communist country after all. And they're really proud to show that. Ah, here we are, Da Nang Beach. Alright.
You are YouTuber?
Yes, I film YouTube videos. Thank you very much for the rate.
Yeah. What your channel?
Ken Abroad. Should I show you?
Okay.
Yeah? Ken Abroad, this one right here.
Yeah, okay. I can follow you.
Thank you very much. Okay, have a good day. Bye.
Have a good day.
Thank you. Alright, he was a friendly guy and I definitely going to tip him as well because the ride was literally less than $50. And yeah, that is the prices in Vietnam are really incredible. If you're coming from the West, like 50 cents US doesn't get you anything in Germany. Definitely not a taxi ride. But yeah, here we are, Da Nang Beach. We have a huge sign here welcoming us to the beach and I can see this beach is very popular. There are so many people around here. Some are even swimming in the water, even though the water looks a bit rough today, like very strong waves actually. But yeah, first impressions here, it looks beautiful with the coconut trees here. And let's actually see if I can find a place maybe to drink a coconut. That would be cool. And I have the impression here that the crowd here is mixed. Like I see a lot of foreigners, a lot of tourists, but I think there are also quite a few locals here. I mean, it makes sense if I would live here as a local, I would definitely hang out by the beach a lot. But yeah, you can definitely see that this place is not a hidden gem anymore. I think it used to be a hidden gem maybe like 2-3 years ago. But now, yeah, like I told you earlier, this place has gotten super popular. It's going super viral on social media. And you can of course see that here. The beach is very, very crowded. I mean, today is a Saturday, it's afternoon now, so probably it looks a bit less busy on weekdays. But yeah, this city is definitely not a secret spot anymore. And actually, I have heard of a more hidden and secluded beach, which I believe is behind these mountains over there. And yeah, we're actually going to check out that beach later in this video. I also heard that at that beach you can actually see the sunset, which of course you can't hear because the sun is setting on that side. So we're gonna check out the other beach with a potential sunset view later on. And yeah, we have a lot of bars here, restaurants. They are all super crowded at the moment. And yeah, if you know me and my channel, you know that usually I'm not a big fan of places like this. Crowded, full of tourists. So I'm actually not sure if I would like this. Like if I would live here and all these places are constantly overcrowded with tourists. I know I'm a tourist myself at the moment, so I actually have no rights to complain about that. But I'm just trying to see the place from the point of view of somebody living here. And I think I would be a bit annoyed if I would live here and the place is always super crowded with tourists. Maybe some of you can understand what I mean. Because look at that, it is so crowded here right now. Oh, what's going on here? That looks interesting. Looks like they are fighting here. And somebody is filming as well. Oh, what is going on here? These may be Vietnamese students, because they all have the same uniform. I think they are playing some type of game. Oh. That looks very interesting. What's going on here? What are they doing here? Playing game? Team building?
Yes.
Ah, and why is he filming with the big camera?
It's a club activity.
Activity?
So our club, hold this activity. Yeah, so we're filming it.
Ah,
to recap and everything. Yeah.
Okay, looks fun. So the girl's trying to catch the man?
Yeah. So get the red band.
Ah, he has a red band, okay.
He's the target.
It looks a bit violent, to be honest, but I think he's okay. He seems to be a strong guy. Ah, he has the red armrest there. Okay, enjoy. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ah, funny. There seems to be a bit of an attraction for a lot of people around. But yeah, look at that. That looks actually very beautiful here with the coconut trees. I think if you go inside here, let's have a look. You can actually take beautiful pictures here as well. Like, like standing here in the middle and then, taking a shot like this here. That is a beautiful photo location. Wow. The only thing that would improve this beach, despite lesser crowds, would be a sunset view right here. But you can't change the location, of course. The sunset is setting over there. But imagine this view here now with the sunset right here. I guess if you want to see that, you have to come here for sunrise. So I think the sunrise will be then actually right over there. And then I can imagine it looks very beautiful here. But to be honest, I don't see sunrises that often because I'm not a morning person. I'm not up that early usually. So I'm definitely more of a sunset guy. And yeah, we do also have typical tourist activities here. Parasailing, banana boat. I saw jet skis over there as well. And yeah, the prices here, like 1 million, that's about 40-ish US dollar. Also doesn't sound that cheap, to be honest. And here, jet ski, 15 minutes for 700,000 dong. Also doesn't sound that cheap. I would say like normal prices for renting jet skis in Southeast Asia. Hello. Can I get a coconut here? A coconut? And then I can sit? Yeah? Okay, can I get one coconut? Ah, right here. Ah, you open fresh, right? Okay. Alright, let's get a coconut here and then sit by the beautiful beach. Ah, here we go. She's opening it like this with a knife. Oh, it's even splashing into my face here. So I guess if you order a drink here, it's included sitting there. I pay now or later?
Pay now.
Pay now? How much? 40? 100? Okay. Okay, come in. So here we are. Oh, the chair's actually very small. Very typical Vietnam. I hardly fit into the chair right here. But nevertheless, have a look at this. This is how you imagine Da Nang to be like, right? You can sit with a fresh coconut on the beach with this beautiful view in front of you. That is amazing. But yeah, now let's see how good does Vietnamese coconut taste. Tastes very sweet. I do have the feeling it tastes a bit old already. And yeah, 40,000 dong for a coconut on the beach with this amazing view. I think that is not bad. Good value for the money. And yeah, let's talk about apartment rentals here. So I had a look already online what apartments are available, and first of all, it doesn't seem to be a problem to find available condos. As usual in any bigger city in Southeast Asia, you can find plenty, so I don't think it is a problem to find something. And yeah, if you just Google for condo rentals here in Da Nang, you will find a lot of English websites, and these are usually catering to foreigners, so the prices will probably be a bit higher compared to what a local Vietnamese would pay. But you can also find, for example, Facebook groups where apartments are being offered, and there you can usually find a bit cheaper prices. And yeah, I found apartments for as low as about $300 per month. But yeah, these apartments are not that big, the location is not as great, you don't get a beach oceanfront apartment for that price. But if you are really on a budget, yeah, $300 can get you a small studio apartment here, definitely. And yeah, if you want to have a bit of a bigger apartment, maybe with an ocean view, I found some that are really looking good for about $800 in a nice condo building with a balcony, with ocean view. And I think that is really good value for the money then. And I'm sure you can also find luxurious apartments here, huge ones, maybe penthouse suites, but then you're probably paying about $1,500. But still, definitely way cheaper than anywhere in the West for apartments with ocean beach view. But yeah, that's what you can expect here in terms of condo rental prices. Okay, I have been sitting here for quite a while already now, and something positive that I noticed is that you don't get hassled here. Nobody is approaching you with offering sunglasses or massages or anything like, you know, at many touristy places around the world, especially beaches, you often get hassled by people who offer you sunglasses, watches, whatever. I don't think that's a thing here. At least nobody has approached me so far. I also haven't seen anyone so far. So that is something positive that I noticed. And I'm actually curious to hear your opinions as well. If you would move abroad, or maybe you are living abroad already, away from your home country, what makes a place livable in your opinion? What are some requirements that a place must have in order for you to feel good there, to feel at home? I would love to read your thoughts in the comments. And also something that I see here, cameras, similar to what we can see in China. I don't see as many cameras here compared to China, but I definitely see some around here. And yeah, you know my opinions about cameras at public places. It makes me feel safe. And Vietnam is also known to be a generally safe place. So I don't think that you need to worry too much about your safety when you are visiting a place like Da Nang. And to be honest, that is an important part for me in order to think of a place where I could live. Safety. I want to live in a place where I can feel very, very safe, where I don't have to think about, oh, can I still go out after sunset? So that is a big plus point for me if I can really feel safe in a place. Okay, and I just had dinner at the top of this building. There's a rooftop bar, nice ambience, nice atmosphere there, nice views over the beach, over the city. And I had a chicken burger with French fries there and a soda water. And now guess how much I paid? How much would a meal cost at a rooftop bar with a view over the ocean where you are living? Well, the price I paid here was 275,000 Vietnamese dong, which is quite exactly $10.50. So yes, also eating Western food in proper restaurants or rooftop bars is quite affordable here in my opinion. And yeah, I also had a look on Grab. If you want to order food, you can use the Grab app here. Everything available, Japanese food, Asian food of course, Vietnamese food, local food. Lots of Western food as well. And yeah, like I told you earlier, if you want to eat local food, you can definitely get it for under $2, including delivery fee to wherever you're staying. And if you're aiming for Western food, then I would say you usually pay between $5 and $10. So overall, I have the impression that the food prices here are really, really on the lower side of all the places I have visited in Asia so far. And yes, I know some people will comment now, who goes to Vietnam to eat the burger. It's so funny, every time I'm eating something in the video that is not the local food of the country I am in, I get comments like this. But yeah, to be honest, I am in Asia for more than 6 years already now. I'm not eating Asian food every single day. I also like Western food, I like Italian food, I like German food. So even the local food here is quite delicious. I know if I would live here, I would not eat Vietnamese food every single day. So it was important for me to also see the prices of Western food around here. Alright, and it is the next day, and yeah, the goal for today is I want to have a kind of regular, normal day here. A day that I could also have here when I would live here. So I want to get a haircut and a shave today. I want to check out a local supermarket to see the local prices and what products they offer. And then yeah, for sunset we're going to visit this hidden beach that I was talking about earlier. And we're also going to speak with people today who stayed here for longer to hear their thoughts and opinions about Da Nang. So I'm sure it will be another very interesting day here. Let's go. But yeah, first of all, I would actually like to talk about some negative things that I realized so far already. And there's one thing in particular, and that is the noise level. For example, right next to my hotel is a huge construction site, and I noticed that they are working there day and night. And that is a bit confusing to me, to be honest, because in Germany, where I'm from, that would definitely be not allowed, that they can work with heavy machinery in the middle of the night on a construction site, right next to a residential area, right next to hotels. But it seems like here that's allowed. And now imagine you would move into a condo, into a building like this maybe, and then right in front of your balcony there would be a construction site for many months, and they are working there day and night. That would be very annoying, to be honest. And yeah, with the amount of construction sites that I see all over the city, that is actually something I think very likely to happen. So if you try to find a condo here, keep that definitely in mind. And then something else that I noticed, and I almost don't want to say it because I shouldn't really complain about this, to be honest, but I also want to give you the honest opinion, and if I would live here, that would bother me. I'm sorry I have to say that, but the noise of the ocean is bothering me. And I know it's super spoiled to say that if I stay in a room with a nice ocean view like this, but I am a very light sleeper. I need absolute quiet in the night in order to sleep really well, and I can't do that here because the constant noise from the ocean is too loud for me. I have to say it like that. So that is something that if I would move here, I would need to keep in mind, that maybe the ocean view, being near to the ocean, looks nice, but it would bother me every single night. But I could also imagine that the ocean is actually not that loud every single day. I think it's only because of the strong wind at the moment, because I stayed in hotel rooms next to the ocean several times before and I never realized a problem like this. So I don't think that is a constant problem. And yeah, then also like the huge crowds that I showed you earlier at the beach. I know I'm not in a position to complain about this now, being a tourist here myself, but I think if I would live here permanently, that is something that would annoy me a bit as well, that all the places are constantly packed with tourists. But yeah, there are also many positive sides to the city, and I will talk about these positive sides in more depth at the end of the video when I will give you my final conclusion. Alright, and I am on the phone now with Jonathan, who maybe some of you know from his channel Travel Escapes. Hello.
Hello.
And the reason why I'm calling you is because you spent way more time here in Da Nang than I did, right?
Right, yeah, about 2 months. That wasn't the original plan, but I arrived there and liked it so much that I ended up extending week by week.
So that was actually my question now. So apparently you liked it here a lot. So what was your reason? Why did you like it so much that you end up staying 2 months here?
So maybe I arrived in low season because when I was there weren't mass crowds or anything like that, but yeah. I found that you were able to have the best of both worlds. You had both the nature and the beach, and you also have the amenities of the city. You've got the international airport, coffee shops, Western food, local food, and it was extremely affordable. I was paying about $13 a night for a hotel.
13?
Yeah, wow. $13 a night.
But I'm also curious to hear, were there actually things that you didn't like some negative things that you feel would impact your life here if you would stay here for long term?
The language barrier is probably one of the biggest issues for me in Vietnam in general. I love interacting with locals like I do in the Philippines where they speak English, and Vietnam that's not possible with most locals. Some people speak English, but most of them don't. So that's a big issue. You're going to mostly be hanging out with foreigners, and for me it's fine, but I've heard other people But for me, I don't go out much, so that wasn't much of a problem for me. But honestly, it kind of checked all the boxes for what I'm personally looking for. It's very active. There's communities. You can get on Facebook groups and go to meetups for dinner. You can find people to play pickleball with or exercise on the beach. Everyone's out at 6 a.m. on the beach exercising. So if you're there to work and be productive, and they've got co-working spaces and exercise, then if that's your lifestyle, it's really great for that, with a lot of healthy food too.
So not everything is perfect here. There are some negatives, like the language barrier is the biggest point for you, but other than that, I have the feeling that you had a good time here, good impressions.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, you asked how many negatives there were, and I actually gave you a list of positives, I think. But
that shows again how much you liked it, actually.
Yeah, exactly. But as you're saying, and I've heard other people say recently, that now there's crowds. So I don't know if it's changing or if it's high season. So that would be, if I were to go back now and see crowds there, then that would be a negative for me. And it's growing very fast. So it might not be this hidden gem for very long. So that might be a big downside in the future.
Alright, I am back on a motorbike taxi. Yeah, I tried renting a motorbike again, but impossible. They are literally sold out everywhere. Okay, come on, thank you very much. Okay, have a good day, bye bye. So yeah, no bikes available. I tried asking several different shops. I also asked my hotel for help. Nothing. And that actually also shows like how many tourists must be in town at the moment. If in a place like Vietnam, all the motorbike rental shops are empty. But yeah, I am in an area now which on Google Maps has many barber shops. So usually in each city there's an area where you can find plenty of barber shops, the barber shop area. And let me have a look on Google Maps again, because this is this area here in Da Nang, I think. And yeah, I found a shop on Google Maps here with plenty of good reviews. Apparently it's a shop from a local guy here, like a small little shop. So let's see what a local haircut experience will be like here in Vietnam and how much I have to pay for it. I don't have the feeling this is a touristy area of the town, but it looks lovely. Look at this. The sun shining through. It looks beautiful here. Somebody is playing cam. I think Vietnamese music in the background. And also here, all the flags everywhere. Some dogs. I think the haircut shop is actually here. I think this is it. Cut Tok Nam. I think Nam means man actually. Let's have a look. Hello.
Oh, hello. Just take a 6 days.
Yeah. I come back. How many minutes?
Maybe 15 minutes.
15 minutes? Okay, I come back.
15 to 20.
Yes, okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, he said like 15 minutes. Maybe let's have a look around. Oh, this is interesting. What is this? What are they putting around their cars here? I've never seen something like this before. Interesting. If any one of you can explain what this is in the comments, please feel free to do so. Interesting road here. Look at this. Looks so beautiful. But yeah, all the communist flags here, the Vietnamese flags. Oh, what is this? That looks interesting. Seafood?
Đúng rồi, seafood.
Seafood, right?
Ốc lễ.
I think it's little mussels, right? Okay. Looks a bit strange to me. Let me see. Like this. I've never seen something like this before.
Right.
This is a camera. I take videos and pictures. Here, this is your shop. You have beer?
No.
No beer?
No, bây giờ có là cột ghi.
Only coffee. Food. Okay. I want to look around. Yeah? Okay. Nice to meet you. When I walked by, I didn't turn on my camera yet, but he was very keen to show me what he's eating there. Here. No, I'm not really keen to eat it. I don't want to eat. No. Okay. Maybe later. Okay. Not sure if this is his shop or he's just helping to promote them. But that is actually something I can tell you as well. The people here in Vietnam, like my friend Jonathan said earlier, the English level is not really high here, but that doesn't mean that the people are not friendly and welcoming. Like many Vietnamese people like welcome me with a smile, and even we don't really understand each other, but they are still having a friendly, positive attitude, and that is something that I really like when I'm in a country, and that is something that I would really love if I would move here. Like being surrounded by friendly, smiling, welcoming people, that is actually very important to me, and I think I would have this feeling here in Vietnam based on my first impressions. Like maybe you saw the previous video when I have been to Ho Chi Minh City, where also like the people are welcoming, friendly, smiling. So that is actually a big positive plus point for me when I'm in a country, especially if I consider moving to that country. And yeah, talking about the level of English again, like for me it's not a problem. I don't expect the people here to speak English. I'm visiting their country, and I think if you really consider moving here, then it would probably be good if you would also make the efforts to learn the local language instead of expecting the locals to speak your language or to speak English. Okay, I am just back at the barber shop, and he just told me the waiting time is 1 hour, which I think is a bit too long for me now. He was actually very nice. Like he said, "Oh, I'm so sorry." But other customers came, very sorry. He said sorry, I think 10 times in like 20 seconds. But yeah, no problem, of course. I came here without a booking, of course. So yeah, but like I said earlier, the area here seems to be full with barbershops. So let's just look for another one. Oh, I found a hair studio. I'm not sure if this is for girls only or if I can get a haircut here too. Hello? Let me ask. Hello? Xin chào? Huh. Looks like nobody is here. Hello? That's strange. Shop is clearly open, but nobody here. Okay, by the way, I found another shop on the other road over there, like a proper looking barber shop, but also a lot of waiting time there. So 3 shops so far, 2 with too many people and 1 with 0 people, like not even the staff is there. Okay, I see that there's a street barber shop over there, which is of course, yeah, you can't expect like a proper experience like in a proper barber shop at these places. But I think before I'm walking around trying to find another shop, let me give that a try. So that's probably gonna be like a budget barber shop experience here, but yeah, let's see what that will be like. All right, Teen Barber Shop. Hello, xin chào. Can I get a haircut here? Can cut? Yeah? Okay. Hello. Nice to meet you. All right, I leave my sunglasses here. Hope I don't forget them. Oh, I did find a barber shop. Video okay? Okay. All right. Can you speak English? No. English? Just
No.
short.
No.
No, can. Just everything more short. Wait, let me translate so I make sure that it's gonna be all right. Can you please cut everything a bit shorter?
That's okay.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna get a different haircut than usual. So I'm just asking him to cut everything shorter. So let's see how I will look like in a few minutes. What is your name? Tin? Ah, the shop name, Tin Barber Shop. I'm Ken. Ken, yeah. I am from Germany. I think Germany in Vietnamese is duk, something like that. I think he doesn't understand it. Germany, you say duk. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Okay, so yeah, this is a typical street barber shop. So just a little cabin here by the side of the road. So we have literally the road right here. Somebody is selling food over there. But that doesn't mean that the barbershop experience will be a bad one. I had very good haircut experiences in shop like this around Southeast Asia. Alright, so let's see what he will do. So he's starting with a machine, probably shortening the sides first. Yes, that's what we're doing now. It's always an exciting feeling for me to get a haircut, because you know this feeling, after you got a new haircut you feel fresh, right? So I'm looking forward to that feeling in a few minutes. Alright, first machine finished, now the second one. So he has, I think, five different machines, probably all with a different purpose. But yeah, so far I think it looks actually really good. Maybe he's even doing a fade on the side. Ah, we have a fan here, okay. Nice, turning on the fan. Of course no aircon in a shop like this. Some other people showed up here as well. Maybe potential other customers or his friends, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think that this shop here sees many foreign tourists as customers. I think this is a very local place, and so far he's very quick and efficient, but I like it so far. But also here, in a shop like this, all the example pictures are foreigners. That is so funny. I see that in every barber shop in Asia, the example pictures are never Asian people. It's always foreigners, Western foreigners. And even in a small local street shop like this, it's the same as well. Okay, now razor number 3 for some more small details. And then yeah, let's see how much he will actually cut at the top of my head. Probably using the scissor for that. Okay, he's now applying water to the head. So I'm guessing he's going to start using the scissor now. So the water is there to make the hair a bit softer. And yeah, here we go, the scissor. Yes, so just cutting a bit overall, just everything a bit shorter. I'm actually curious if he's also able to style the hair in the end. We will see. I think this is the last razor that he hasn't used so far. So he's really using every single razor that he has here. If any one of you watching this is a barber, if you can explain the function of each of the different razors, please do so in the comments. He's getting a razor blade out now. Can I also get a shave here? You can as well here? Yeah. Okay. Here. This one? No. But everything else okay? Yeah. Okay, yeah. But he's just using the razor blades at the moment to do my neck. So this is still part of the haircut, I guess. Alright, I think the haircut is done. He's adjusting the seat now so I can lean back. Oh, this is nice actually. Alright, here we go. So this is now, yeah, the seat for getting the shave. So he's applying some gel now. And he's adding some foam as well. So we have 2 layers on my face then. It smells very good. I'm actually curious about the price in the end. I haven't asked before. Okay, and he has the razor blade in his hand now. Placing the tissue on my shoulder. Here we go. He's even adjusting it with some weights so it doesn't blow away from the fan over there. And now we go. Okay, same as with the haircut. He's working very quick and efficient, not wasting any time. Notice that at the parts where my hair is thicker, he's actually very careful. And I think we're done. Okay? Okay, thank you very much. So, this is what the final haircut looks like. And the shave, clean shave everywhere. Thank you very much. Come on. Very good job. How much? Let's see, haircut and shave together. How much here? What is that? 60. 60,000? I think that's a very fair local price. 100. It's okay, no change.
Come on.
It's okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Alright, that was a quick haircut experience. So what I noticed with these street barbers around Southeast Asia, it doesn't mean bad quality. Like some of these barbers are really professional barbers who just don't want to work in a shop, so they prefer to start their own little business. And then having a little street store like this is of course easier to open up, requires way less investment. So many of these street barbers that you can find basically all over Southeast Asia are actually professional barbers. I know many people don't expect that when they see a street barber, but I had plenty of good experiences at shops like this all around Southeast Asia. And of course, if you're on the budget, these places, they don't charge a high amount of money. But yeah, something that does worry me a bit now, the clouds over there. I don't know if you can really see it on the camera, but they are looking quite dark. I hope that will not ruin our sunset, hopefully hidden sunset spot experience later today. Okay, and I am inside a mall now, and the reason why I came to this mall is because we have a supermarket here, and I want to know what are the prices like in a regular supermarket, what type of products they have. So we have the Windmart here. Let's check it out. Okay, let's start with toothpaste, the regular Colgate one, the big box for 54,000 dong, and then the classical Head and Shoulders one. Always good to compare this one because it's the same in every country. This bottle right here for 69,800 dong, and then you even have Tempo toilet paper here. That's a German brand, yeah, premium German brand. Actually, I think in Germany this brand doesn't market itself as premium, just regular, I think, in Germany. But looks like here they sell themselves as a premium German brand. Anyway, you can get 10 rolls for 213,000, but you also have literally brands down there for half the price. And looks like you can also get fashion here. I see woman fashion, man's fashion. For example, a jacket like this for 1.227 million, or like a good looking shirt like this. Oh, don't want to rip it off here. But this one, for example, goes for 450,000 dong. And yeah, you can get very basic t-shirts here for 119,000. Oh, and this is funny. It looks like they have instant pho noodles here. Of course, in every country in Asia, instant noodles are very popular. And yeah, they literally have a pho as an instant version here. That's funny, for only 9,000 Vietnamese dong. Let's see if I can find the Indonesian brand, the Indomie one, which is usually popular all around the world. You remember, I even saw that, I think, in a supermarket in Dubai. But I don't think I can see it here actually. So many different brands, but no Indomie. That surprises me, to be honest. And then we have milk here for 42,000. All of them are pretty much the same price around $60,000 here. There's even milk for $67,000 here. And look at that, this is an interesting Coca-Cola bottle. I think I've never seen this one before. That looks very unique for $54,000. And I think I also never saw this type of Fanta before. Like, this is interesting. Not even sure what flavor this is, but you can get it for $9,500. Fanta is actually from Germany, by the way. I don't know if you know that, but the brand Fanta originated in Germany. And then, yeah, a regular bottle of water is $8,700. Okay, and the fresh meat section here, you have really good looking steak here. Beef steak for about $519,000. Let's see what the prices for chicken are like. So we have chicken wings here. Where's the chicken breast? Here we go, I think. So chicken breast, about 500 gram for $67,000. But yeah, it pretty much looks like every supermarket in every country around the world. It's funny how they always look pretty much the same no matter in which country you are checking them out. Yeah, I actually always really like to check out local supermarkets. I do that in every country I go to. And what is this area? Looks like you can sit down here. There's I think like a food court even, but it doesn't seem to be open at the moment. Oh, look at that, they even have a faux pizza here. Pizza faux mai, 4 cheese for $144,000. To be honest, seeing pizza like this reminds me a lot about my student time back in Germany or in the Netherlands. I studied first in the Netherlands, then in Germany. And when I was a student, I ate a lot of these instant pizzas that you just have to put in the oven, heat up for 20 minutes. Okay, and another product that is from Germany. German brand. They seem to really like to advertise with the name German here. And yeah, the Haribo Gold Bears for $52,500. Yeah, in many countries around the world, actually the branding Germany stands for quality. I noticed that in several countries around the world. And you can also find American beer here, Budweiser, 6 cans for $120,000. I would highly assume that the local beer will be way cheaper. And yeah, let's look at the price for rice here. So we have a huge bag here, 5 kilo for $159,000, or you can get 3 kilo for $120,000. So yeah, rice is of course a staple food here. I would guess that many Vietnamese people eat rice almost every day. So yeah, overall I would say quite affordable prices. Let me know in the comments what do you think of the prices here in the supermarket in Vietnam. Okay, and I am once again back on the back of a motorbike taxi. And yeah, remember, this is the beach that we explored yesterday. And we are going now to the spot that is behind the mountains. And yeah, Jonathan, who we called earlier, he is the one recommending that place to me. And he said he has been there several times. It was always pretty empty and a beautiful place for the evening time, the sunset time. But I am a bit worried because it looks like it's gonna rain soon. My Southeast Asia experience tells me rain is coming. You can usually notice that by the wind getting stronger, the temperature drops a bit. So fingers crossed it will not start to rain anytime soon. And I'm actually going to meet up with 2 more guys there who actually live here. So we can hear some more opinions of people who spend more time here than I did so far. And also what I can really say, I am enjoying it so much to be back in Southeast Asia, filming in Southeast Asia. I mean, I'm always back in Southeast Asia, but I haven't actually filmed in Southeast Asia for a while. If you're an OG long-time subscriber of my channel, you probably know that I basically started everything here in Southeast Asia. The first few years here on the channel, we've only been to Southeast Asia. And yeah, this is my favorite part of the world after all. And I really enjoy filming here again. The previous video in Saigon, also here in Da Nang now. I know that the views I'm getting on Southeast Asian videos are usually a bit less compared to when I'm visiting like unique places all around the world. But for me personally, I really enjoy filming in Southeast Asia. Okay, I think it's right, yes. Alright, okay, thank you, bye-bye, bye-bye. Alright, I'm actually still a bit shocked about the prices here. So this was now like a 12-13 minutes ride from the main beach area to here. And the price was like $1.20 US. Anyway, here we are. So the name of this place is called Bounce Beach. So let's have a look. And hopefully this place is not too crowded and very nice. Okay, so this place looks like a beach club. So I think you need to probably spend money here and then you are allowed to use the pool as well. And I think the beach in front of this place is probably a private beach belonging to this location here. But yeah, I can definitely see it is not empty. I was expecting that, to be honest. But yeah, I think Jonathan has been here in low season, so not in actually high season like right now. So he said this place was always empty, but yeah, to be honest, no surprise, it's not like that anymore. I was expecting that, to be honest. But nevertheless, I think it's actually a beautiful spot. But yeah, we do have the clouds now. So actually, where's the sun? I think the sun is setting here. So I think from over there you can still see the sun. But yeah, let's just see. Sunset should be in about 45 minutes, I think. Okay, we found a table here now, right by the beach. And yeah, I'm here now with Marco from the Marco Roams YouTube channel and Tim. His YouTube channel is Tim Tens. And both of you decided to move to Da Nang.
Correct. Yeah.
I'm curious, what made you come here? What's your reason?
I feel like for the price you pay and what you get, it's a lot better. I was actually considering Philippines. I was really considering it. I thought that's what was going to be it. I went to BGC, spent a few days there, couldn't really get into the vibes. So I looked at other parts of Manila, not that clean, and I thought Vietnam's good. Actually, Tim was one who kind of, when you said that you were going to move there, I was like, you know what? I think I should as well.
So how long are you both already here? A few weeks, right?
I've been here for over a month now.
Over a month already, okay.
Yeah. The reason I'm here is also because of the budget, of course. It's very budget friendly, and it's right by the beach. Like my apartment is 2 minutes walking from the beach.
Oh, that's cool,
and it's how much did I pay? Like 350, maybe 400 euro, $400, something like that. So it's really good.
That would get you almost nothing in Europe.
Yeah, not
you know that you're from Europe, from Belgium.
Yeah, I think that kind of apartment in Europe would be 1,500 euro at least.
Wow,
maybe 2,000.
Yeah.
So I got my place, I'm paying 10 million a month. That includes a cleaner, brand new place, it's got an elevator, so that's a 1 bedroom. It's not massive, but yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay, but I'm also curious, are there any negative sides to living here? Have you seen anything? Is there anything that you don't like so far?
For me, definitely the construction. But that's
I talked about that already in this video, I noticed that as well.
Like when I visited places, like I asked always the people that live there currently, like, do you hear any construction noise? And the place that I have now, I booked it actually, or I got it without even visiting, because I was so tired of looking. Already like 1 week I was looking, and it just it was too much. So eventually I just settled. The landlord was super nice. I didn't see any construction sites around, but there are actually. I didn't see them at that time. But when you close the window, there's no noise. So I'm happy.
And any negatives for you so far?
Not really. It's the noise. So when I was looking and when I was staying in hotels, you got noise is always going to be a factor. Construction, karaoke, and music and traffic. And the other thing is a lot of the rooms here are moldy and damp. That was the main thing that I didn't want, because it's not good for you. It makes me sick.
So the quality of the places.
Yeah, and they don't even have to be that old. So be checking for mold. Like a lot of the hotels had mold in them, but my place is brand new, so it's a bit in the dodgy end. I did a video on it, which you can see, but yeah, pretty happy all over.
All right, cool. So I hear overall you like this place, right? So you don't regret coming here so far?
No. Honestly, it's super healthy for me as well. I don't know why, but Vietnam seems to be the place where I can like lose some weight and become really fit, because along the coastline everybody is always sporting.
I see a lot of people jogging there.
Yeah, so it motivates you to do the same, right? And also the food is really good. Like I eat pho every day, or banh mi or whatever, and it's not too greasy, not too heavy.
And eating out here is affordable as well.
It's so cheap here.
I love it.
So what I can definitely see here, it's definitely not a hidden place anymore. And I see especially many Western tourists here. Like all over the city, the Western tourists seem to be the majority of the tourists here. But I also saw many Korean and Chinese tourists, which to be honest, I don't see here. So this seems to be the Western spot. And if you're curious about the prices in a place like this here, so we have juices for 120,000, smoothies for 140, coffee, all the prices are around that. And then you can get food between 200 and the big barbecue platter goes up to 2 million. But we have a burger here 270, pizza for 290. So of course a bit pricier compared to the prices you pay in the city, but I would still say for a beach club like this, actually quite good. Oh, and there are actually monkeys here on the rooftop. I think this is the first time I'm seeing monkeys here in Da Nang. Funny. But we enjoy the evening here now. We're also gonna order some food, and then it's actually quite a nice vibe here, despite the lack of a perfect sunset, but still a cool place, I would say. So yeah, overall my impressions here in Da Nang are quite good. What I really like here is that yeah, you have a beach nearby and a city, so the combination of having both is really cool, I think. The city is clean, safe, and if I would move here, I would also like that there's a growing expat community here. You have great infrastructure, you have restaurants from all over the world here. You have an international airport in the city. So I have to say the city actually ticks many boxes that I would like to have in the place if I would move there. Now, am I already at a point where I would say, yeah, definitely 100% I would move here? No. But I am definitely at the point where I would say I would be curious to return and spend a longer period of time here. So to test the city even more, you know? So who knows, maybe in the future I'm going to do exactly that. But I'm also going to check out other places around Southeast Asia to test if they would be a potential long-term home for me in the future. And yeah, the next video will be a very, very interesting one. So stay tuned for the next video. And if you haven't seen the previous video in which we explored Ho Chi Minh City here in Vietnam, a very, very interesting city as well, then feel free to check out the video right here. Go see the world yourself, take care, and until next time.